now, guys. I'll take this off then. It must be the headset. Yeah, are we going to make these, can you hear me now? Yeah. Okay, so we're just going to make these doughs. These gnomes out of dough. Okay. There's one. And you got Mama, Papa, and baby. And it was really dead easy to do these, and then I've stuck a marble on the back so that they can just stand up quite easily. And these are just some beads, or you can just use paint, whatever, depends. You can jazz them up as you want. And this is just from a sock like that I just cut up. It works out cheaper than buying the actual material. And to paint them, I'll just move this out of the way. To paint them, I've just used, that's the green one there. You can do whatever colours you want. This is the one we're going to do now. Okay, you got to, well, I'll tell you step by step, but you obviously need some poster paints. If you haven't got any poster paints, nail varnish, that will do as well. Anything. Or you can just use food dye and just separate your dough and then just put some food dye in there, so you can do it that way as well. So there's loads of options and choices. So what you're going to need is a bowl, a cup of plain flour, okay, not self-raising flour, just flour, plain flour. So you put your cup of flour in there, okay. Just roll my sleeves up a bit because it's going to get a bit messy. You need a cup, there's a cup of warm water in there. I boiled it and I let it cool down, or you can just add some cold water to it. I would just pour it slowly like that and just mix with your hands, okay? Just mix with your hands. It's a bit messy and gooey and everything. So that's why I said just pour the water in slowly and just keep mixing the dough until it's like a dough type consistency and it's not sticking anymore. So just keep mixing. And oh, sorry, you need about too much water. So yeah, sorry, I lost the internet connection. So you just keep mixing the dough. If you've put too much water or anything like that, maybe a cup is too much. It depends how many you're going to make. Just keep mixing it. Just add a bit of flour to it again, a little bit at a time, each time. I think I maybe put a bit too much. You don't have to be precise. See, it's still sticking to my fingers. So just keep mixing it around. I'm just going to add a bit more flour, I think, because I've put too much water. Okay. So it's a bit sticky. You don't want it like that. You want it more like a dough consistency. So I'm just going to get some more flour. So I'm just going to add a bit more flour to it.
Thank you.
Thank you. I've got an assistant today. So just keep mixing. This obviously takes a bit of time. It's a bit gooey. This is a bit I don't really like doing because it really sticks to your fingers. Just keep adding a bit more. Depends on your cup size as well, unless you've got proper measurements. I'm just going to use my other hand and just mix. It's starting to feel a little bit better, less gooey now, guys. I can't wave at you at the moment. And just keep mixing it. You can actually feel it though when it stops getting gooey. Just press it in. Okay, keep doing that. If you feel it's still a bit sticky, just add a bit more flour to it. Okay. Okay. It almost looks like you're making bread or something. Keep doing that. Still feels a bit sticky to me. So I'm just going to put a bit more flour in there. Just a tiny bit more. Just sprinkle a bit. this is what happens if you don't use the right measurements. I'm just doing it by, right, feels a bit better. Feels a tiny bit better, just sprinkle a bit more. That just stops it from being gooey. Keep doing that, and now I'm just going to move that out of the way, and I'm just going to use my chopping board now. Just going to move these out of the way. Okay, the cup of water, the flour. So I'm just going to roll it, okay, until it stops sticking to my hands, okay. And you'll know anyway. If it's still a bit, you know, you could just put a bit of flour on the board. This is the bit that just takes the time. But, you know, it's relaxing anyway, so just keep doing that until you've got the right consistency. Okay, you'll see. You see it still feels a bit gooey. So you keep doing that until it doesn't feel gooey and it's not sticking to your hands. And you want to keep rolling it. You're getting all the air out. Okay. Keep rolling it. If it's sticking to the board, just keep adding a bit of flour to the board like that. Okay, keep rolling it. Okay, we'll get there eventually. This is the hardest bit. It's just getting the right consistency to make the little gnome things. But it's a cheaper way, because if you buy the clay, it can be anything from €5. See, it's still sticking to my hand. So just add a bit of flour. You want to keep doing that until it stops sticking, okay? So keep rolling. And then it becomes like easy to mold as well. Like that. And this is how you make pastry as well. So you can eat this. A bit more still sticking just on my board. This is the bit that takes the longest. Once this is done, it's the fun bit starts. Just think of it as therapeutic. I wouldn't normally do this down here. I'd do it in my kitchen, but you know, I wanted to show you guys. So this is how to do it from scratch. So just keep doing that till it stops feeling gooey, okay? And then I think that feels about right now. See, and then you roll it out. Okay, roll it out. Okay, to a sausage, and just let it sit for a few minutes, like maybe 10 minutes or so. Once you've let it sit for 10 minutes, you're happy, get your knife and just chop into 3. If you're going to do 3 gnomes, that's enough. Or you can do a great big one, it doesn't matter. But say we're just going to do a small one. So you get your ball and you just roll it between your hands like that. Okay, this is dead easy. Just roll it like that. Okay, push it down, roll it, and then get your fingers at the end and just roll this bit here like this. This is going to be the tip. Okay, like that, see? And then you're going to push it up, so it's sort of this sort of shape, okay, like this, okay. Because the clay the dough feels warm, that's why you can't really mold it when it's warm. That's why you got to let it sit for about 10, maybe 20 minutes. And then you get your thumb and you press your thumb in the middle, like so, and then push that back up, okay? So you're going to have that sort of look, okay? Push it back down. Okay, so it's going to look like that, okay? Then you're going to take a little bit more, okay, that much, and then you're just going to roll it until you get like a string. It's best to just roll it on the board. But please let your dough sit for about 10 minutes to cool down, because it was warm water. Because if you let it sit down, it feels really soft and flexible. So you need to let it cool down so it hardens up a little bit. So it's better to mould it when it's like that. Okay, you're just rolling it until it's like a little sausage. And then what you're going to do is you're going to put that around where you've just made the thumbprint. Okay, it shrinks back on itself, so make sure you leave a little bit there like that. Okay, and then you get another little piece, well, a little bit, that much. You roll it into a ball like that, and that's going to be its nose, and you just drop the nose in there like that. And once you've done this, sort of just get yourself let's have a tip of a paintbrush or a skewer or something like that, and you can put little holes in it where you can paint afterwards, and then you can just put a few vents into it like that. Okay, and that's it. That's basically, I'll just see if I can turn it around that way. That's basically your gnome. I'll just turn it around. See? So we'll let that dry. What you do is you get some baking paper, parchment paper, you lay them on there. And what I also did was I got a little bit more, that much, and wrapped it around. If the clay is too dry, a tip that I would suggest is have some olive oil with you, wipe your hands with it, and then roll the dough, and that stops it sticking, it moistens it. And what I've done with this is made like a little, oh, where's my brush? I put a little hole in there like that, and just pressed it down like a little star, and then we can glue that to the tip of his hat like this. So lay them in on top of parchment paper, and once you've done that, stick them in the oven on a very low setting for about 2 to 3 hours, and they'll get rock hard like this. Hold on a sec, just move that out of the way. So we're here now. Oops, like that. Okay. I'm going to put my glue gun on. That bit's just come off. It doesn't matter if anything breaks off, like that one's just broken off, you can just glue them back on like that. That's the beauty with this thing. We're just going to get some paints. Okay, and a brush. And we just basically going to paint this now, and I'll show you what colours to use, whatever. Just choose the colours that go with your decor, or the colours that you like. I'm just going to dip my brush in some of the water and choose a colour. I want to go for maybe a blue one this time, because I've not used blue. So just start here and just paint it with your, maybe you can see that. Just quickly paint them. This one is quite hard. I had it in the oven for about 3 hours from this morning. But then once they're dry, I've put them back in the oven again to cook the inside even more. Okay, so it's very quick to do. I mean, you can go as slow as you want or as fast as you want. I'm sort of just rushing not to keep you guys on here really long time, because I want to do another tutorial maybe later on. I'm not sure yet what, but yeah, I've got a few more ideas. And just sort of paint the bottom bit as well, where you can't, you know, so you can see. I'm just rushing so I can show you guys. And you can either leave that white or paint it, but maybe a different blue slightly, so it gives a bit of a contrast. This blue, don't want it all the same colour. Looks a bit messy at the moment, but trust me, it will look nice after once it's finished. Okay, and then for the nose, here's my brush. For the nose, you want a nice sort of pinky colour. Make sure you use a different brush, not like me, using the same brush, then the paint comes out all weird. So for the nose, you want a nice light colour, like a pinky nose. You know, if you take your time, it can come out really beautiful. So yeah, don't rush like I'm doing now to show you guys. I would obviously spend a lot more time on it. Depends how much time you guys have. Okay, see? Like that. Slightly pinky. Yeah. You can get a bit of red. Even you can do a little bit of red. Give them a bit more of a reddish nose. Like that. Okay. And then what you want to do now, once you've painted your gnome, is you want to get yourself some fur. Okay. Maybe this little piece. I'll see if my glue gun is ready. This table's not big enough. Maybe I should have got myself a bigger table. You want to put some glue in here, just underneath the nose, all the way down, like that. And you just want to work your way with it. Just tuck it all in. Okay. Use your end of the brush, squeeze it into the holes, like that. Just push it all the way down, like so, into the corners. Okay, like that. And then get yourself some scissors and just trim round like that. Okay, and then for that top bit that came off, I just put a bit of glue on there. Where's the bit? Just going to stick that back on like that, and then paint that up again. Paint it so it's all matching. Like I said, I've done this super quick so I can show you guys, but I would obviously take a lot more care and time to do this craft. But let's have a look, push that in, just a little bit more trimming here. And just trim it how you think you want it, like that. Now, right, the next step, get yourself some little beads or whatever. I'm going to go for the little white ones. These little beads. Hi everyone. Just a quick wave. We're going to now just stick some beads everywhere. So don't put too many though, less is more, if you know that expression. Put a little one there. You don't have to use a glue gun, you can use different types of glue, as long as it's strong. Yoo-hoo glue is good, but it's very expensive, so just stick to the glue gun. Just be careful though, it's very, very hot. A little one there. Oops. I'm just dropping all my beads. Now I have to go around picking them up. Another one there. One more there. There's another one. And one more at the top. Like so. And if, just one more here as well. Just two more at the bottom. Now you guys can see. One here and the last one at the bottom. Here. and there's your little gnome. And then what I'm going to do now is just varnish it with some nail polish, clear nail polish, and varnish that. You can put a little bell on the end of there, or you can get yourself some ribbon like that. Just cut about that much off, or you can use twine. It's entirely up to you what you want to use. And turn it around and stick that to the back. Let it dry. You can have some ribbon at the back so you can hang it on the tree or whatever you want. But yeah, see, you can hang it. Oh, not strong enough yet. Well, you let the glue dry anyway. So yeah, it's not strong enough. So for now, I've got the marble on the back, and that will stand upright. And just on live camera, things always go wrong. Nearly dropped him. I've dropped him twice. So let them. Once your gnomes are dry, put them out in the sun to dry or in the oven. I'll just switch my gun off. Display them however you want. Just be careful, they are fragile. Yeah, until like they're completely dry, and even then. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, where I will do a step-by-step on how to make these instead of just a live video. Don't forget to share with your friends and like what you've seen. Okay, bye. Oh, and thanks for watching. Bye, guys.